Your story doesn't fucking matter. The reason why doesn't fucking matter. All that matters is, do you want to change?
Yes, that part.
Question mark.
Do
That
you
is
want to
all.
feel this way anymore? Do you still want to feel this way? Yes or no? Then do something.
You can start us off. I was like, what the fuck were we talking about?
This is a part 2, even though we didn't say there was a part 2, and even though this is a week later.
You know what? This new subject, new topic, same energy.
Same energy.
Same energy.
That's why we're doing this. And it was, I don't have anything else to say. And then we had a fuck more to say.
Everything to say.
Because the question is, how much effort or sacrifice are you willing to make in your life to get the things that you want to get?
Yes. Yes. Oh, right. Because my example was waking up early to then be able to go on a hike, essentially to bring me joy again. Like, the part that I don't like is the waking up early. Like, I don't know many people that actually do like that, but it's to give me, well, I think part of it is to give me an incentive to wake up early, but also there's a sacrifice that I think we have to realize there are things in life that are going to take away from us, but then there also has to be an equal or a more abundant amount of things that give back to us so that we can continue that cycle of doing things that might take our energy away, but like you're saying, in order to gain from that and to receive all that we desire. And it's like, sometimes it's a feeling, sometimes it's an actual tangible thing or a goal, but what are we willing to essentially take? What are we willing to do that's going to take from us? Like, for me, it's
how much
waking up.
effort are we willing to put in? How much, what sacrifice? I mean, we could even call it sacrifice at some
Like,
point.
that is what I'm saying. The
Yeah.
sacrifice to me sounds like something that's being taken from you, and not in a bad sense, just in a real sense. I am choosing to sleep less in order to get this feeling that I'm getting from waking up early. And then when I now choose tomorrow, after I buy my bug spray, to
Back on the bug spray?
go on hikes, because if I don't keep saying it, I will fucking forget. And then I'll get pissed off once I get to the mountain and I'm like, I don't have bug spray. It's so humid here, obviously, because it's raining. And I wasn't in a place that had mosquitoes before. And so I'm constantly now reminded how fucking annoying they are and how much I fucking hate them. And I fucking hate bugs.
Yeah.
And so I need to remind myself to get the fucking bug spray. Otherwise, I'll be pissed, and then I won't actually give to myself once I'm on a hike, because I'll just be complaining about the fucking bugs.
You'll be mad instead of joyful, which was the whole point to begin with. Yeah.
I will still punish myself through it because
Yeah.
I'm a masochist
And a Scorpio.
and a Scorpio. And there's a lesson in that. I'm not here to give up because something didn't go right either. I'm here to also see the results of what that is without all of the padding that I put on it, like the fucking bug spray and maybe wearing a hat and putting on my fucking sunscreen and being fully prepared. I will still do it with or without the preparation, which I think is different from what you would probably do. You're a prepared kind of girl. Or like, no, I'm turning around. Not I. I will keep motherfucking going, even if even if I'm in the drive. I'm like, nope. I've decided to go. I'm going. I'm not turning around.
Yeah. Well, if there's that volition of the mind, then also decide to be joyful about the bugs instead. If you were in Vipassana, you wouldn't be able to even slap them either. No killing.
I don't give a fuck.
The mosquitoes will die. I thought about that when I was there too. I was like, no killing. I'm like, yeah, I can do that.
I don't.
And then there was a fly that landed on my eyelid. Not that I need to kill a fly, but the whole I was sitting there and there was this fly buzzing around, so you could hear it. I could hear it from a fucking mile away. And then it would land here, and then I'd be like, that tickles, and it's gross. I don't want to fly on my body. And then it would fly away, and then it would land on my cheek. I'm like, also gross, don't want that. And then it fucking landed on my eyelid. And I'm like, this gross fly with its shit feet are on my eyelid. And you don't want me to swat it away?
I know. I know. It's
Like this,
actual terror.
this is how like determined I get in some shit that I do. And I'm like, I'll wash my eyelid.
It's gonna be fine.
Everything's gonna be this too will change.
So will the bug shit on my eye. That too will change
That shit's
once
gonna
I
get
wash
infected.
it. The
And
pink
that
eye.
infection will
That
also
pink eye
change.
from a fly. Is that even possible? Let's not go there. Let's not do that.
Let's not go there. Let's not go there. But I mean, it still adds to what are we willing to do
Ah,
in the name of growth, in the name of suffering. I was
yes.
willing to let a gross fly crawl
Roll
around on
up
my
my mouth.
eyelid.
Right. Right.
Nothing
Absolutely.
would have changed if I swatted it away either. Like it wouldn't have made a difference, honestly. It just would have
Sorry.
been, okay, I moved my hands for 1 second. Maybe I
Right.
came back, maybe I do it again. Does this mean that I failed Vipassana? No. It just means I made a choice.
Right.
And this is, yeah, I mean, okay, where are we going with this conversation? I mean, the other thing I also want to say is like, here, there's mosquitoes too. I just mentioned this. This is why we're hitting record again. And also, we've had more rain this month. Like, I think we're going to have a later summer, which is going to be awesome.
Cool.
I love it when it's like, when we
Last
actually get
forever.
an autumn here, like a
Yeah.
fall, because usually it goes from summer, the leaves turn orange, and then the next day they all fall off, and then it snows the next day.
Right.
It's just like,
You're dead in the middle of winter.
it goes from summer to winter basically, and fall is so beautiful. I just love
I
it.
love fall.
Anyhow, whatever, we'll see if we get one or not. Maybe it'll just be like summer or winter. Anyway, it's more green here than it's been for years, and it's quite beautiful. Like, and so because of all the rain, there's mosquitoes, but there's also green grass and leaves and plants, and like my flowers are still alive, and like it's a very lush. I actually have to I don't waste water mowing my lawn, or watering my lawn rather. But now I'm like mowing it multiple times because it's green and growing and it's nice on my feet. Like, so often, what's the lesson here? Often there's a benefit to the sacrifice. That's the whole point of what
Right.
we're talking about here. There's a give and take
Yes.
in many things. And so when you can recognize and then prioritize what's better, you want
Right.
to be in nature and go on the hike and suffer with some mosquitoes? Or do you want the mosquitoes to be so annoying that you actually get out of nature and retreat back to your home where it's not as beautiful?
No, for sure. Because I have done both, where I've gotten to far beyond halfway through my hike and I'm annoyed as fuck. Because again, I forgot the bug spray because I'm just not remembering that I live in a place right now that has them. And so I'm just not there yet.
Sure.
It was funny. Like, sure, there was like a slight irritation and annoyance, but it didn't prevent it from pushing me forward into what I was there to do. And I still enjoyed it. And not only that, I laughed about the fact that it was bothering me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The same, same situation last week. I went to, because there was just like a lot of wetness just in general, but I specifically was around a lake and I was like, fuck, I had no idea that there was a body of water here. And so now the flies, or not even flies, I don't care about flies. There were mosquitoes specifically. I fucking hate mosquitoes. I want to say it one more time. I fucking hate mosquitoes.
You hate
I
them.
will not I will not kill
Just
a
to
fly.
confirm.
That's the only thing I kill are mosquitoes. Like they will fucking die.
I'll kill a hornet too.
I'm okay with them.
I'm not. I'm not. Especially if someone like that is allergic to them, or like Lennon got stung and like she swells. I'm not
Yeah.
okay with the hornet. Anyway,
It was a lake and I was like, fuck, I had no idea there was a lake. There was an immense amount of bugs. And I maybe got 1,000 steps in before I was like, I cannot fucking deal. I need to go the fuck home. I'm fucking done. Like I was at my wit's end. I
yeah,
couldn't fucking take it. And at no point was the benefit outweighing what I
right,
was sacrificing, which at the time was my fucking sanity.
right, right. And I think that's a really fair statement to make. No one wants to be out with a million fucking mosquitoes. Like that is straight torture, not only in the moment, but afterwards when you're itching to the point of bleeding potentially because it's just so irritating, you know?
Yes.
But again, it's like, how do we discern? So this is an example that we're giving for obviously a broader theme and topic. It's like, how do you discern when you've suffered enough, you know? Or in it, like, let's talk about relationships, shall we? When can you decide when the suffering is enough? Like I have clients who, myself included, like I've been in in a relationship that potentially could have ended earlier and didn't, because I didn't know when to decide, when the suffering outweighed the benefits, because there was still both. There's
Yes.
still both.
Yes.
This is when it gets really complicated, and this is where the conversation turns serious, you know? Relationship suffering.
1000%. And I've always, same, most of my relationships have been long term, not because I'm, well, yes, because I'm steadfast and I'm willing to put in the work, but also because I'm not always ready to call it quits yet. Right? There's always,
Because you're also good at suffering.
correct. There's a, and there, for the most part, is like a familiarity with the suffering as well. And so like I feel like that's a whole other thing, right? This attachment to what I already know, even though I don't necessarily want it. And that's, it's not like I can pinpoint a time or like an instance. Like it wasn't a thing. It was just a realization and an awareness. And part of it for me has always been, especially in relationship, when I stop looking at the person and smiling, I've gone too far.
Mm-hmm.
I've gone way too fucking far.
And you're not just talking about intimate relationships. You're talking about friendships. You're talking about family. You're
All
talking
of
just
that.
relationships in general. Me too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because every relationship is going to give you both of these things, some to more degrees than others. Like with you, I can't recall many or any instances where I'm like, okay, I'm annoyed or feeling anything of non a benefit, right? Do they exist? Maybe. Nothing that I can pinpoint. But to say that, then there are also relationships where that is the opposite. And it's just this cringy, like you look at them and like there's not anything sparkly or joyful or putting a smile
Besides
on
the
your face.
familiarity
You feel
that,
good.
yeah,
Right.
right. That is somehow is keeping you there, keeping you present. And it's interesting because it's like we can get, I don't want to say beaten down because that feels severe, but beaten down over time
Yeah.
to a point where it's like, oh, this tiny amount, this little like smile is enough to endure all of this other thing, because it's been such a slow like repression
Yeah.
of what your desires used to be. Like you talk yourself into, this is enough for me, I'm content here, I chose this, it's what I know. The alternative is too hurtful, the alternative is too scary. And then over time, what may have started up here, all of a sudden it has a baseline that's out of the picture.
Yes.
And that's okay. You know,
Right.
how do people snap out of that? Like, let's say a listener is in that right now and it's just like, all my relationships are toxic, I've got to this point where it's like, I don't even know who I am anymore, I don't know how to get out of the suffering, I don't
Yeah.
know how to choose myself even.
Yeah. I would, because what it sounds like too is that they don't even really know themselves well enough to know what does bring them joy, what does make them happy, what their desires are, what it feels like to be on the other side. And so that final task of deciding to leave, that's way too far.
It's so far. It's so far.
It's like that's essentially the byproduct of the work that you need to do to get you to that place that's going to make you decide if that's the relationship you want to continue or not.
Right. Once you get right in here,
Yes.
all of this becomes right naturally.
There's a level of clarity that you get to see in all of your relationships when you start with the relationship with yourself, because that's the one that's going to teach you what it's like to be in relationship with other people as well.
Right. And that's the one that's going to sustain your lifetime. Just full stop.
Right. Absolutely. We come in.
So someone is just right fucked. How do you start caring for yourself when you have been maybe you've had an entire lifetime of doing things for other people, that's how you got your joy, that's how you received your love, that's how, it's just like you think it's in the name of servitude, but it's actually just out of fear. Like, that's a very common theme, like the over nurturing, the over giving, the trying to pour from an empty cup. How do you possibly get somebody that is just like knows maybe it's like, this is an extreme, but this is the point of these conversations. Somebody that genuinely doesn't believe that they're worth doing anything for themselves, and all of their worth comes externally. What's the first step?
That's so deep. That's such a hard place to start from. There are also, I believe, in everyone's lives, instances where they did feel a sliver of joy, a moment of groundedness, solitude, reverence for themselves. And so, what I usually do is encourage people to find that point, find that recollection, whether it's through like a memory or just being able to recall that feeling right now. Like, let's, you know what I mean, like, let's truly work on the recall and the embodiment of that feeling and realize that you just brought it in.
Right, that you were capable of creating that.
Exactly. It's not something that you gained from over there or this person or that thing. You made that
you cultivated it.
That is possible. Then it's possible, right? On a grander scale, in a greater instance. But sometimes we have to go back to the things that we already know that we have done, but we haven't acknowledged it as so. We are so good at self-soothing. We are so good at providing for ourselves, but we don't give ourselves the awareness that we are doing it, because we are only seeing the output that we do for everyone else, right? And so it starts really small. Where have you already given yourself a moment to breathe, to feel joy, to laugh, to love?
Yeah, like the awareness, but also the recognition. I would say like the recognition as a term, where the awareness can be there, but you can be aware without recognizing.
Absolutely. You have to name it as so. It's changing the label.
Yeah.
Because we're labeling all of these things, but we're not labeling these small things that we do as care for ourselves. We think self-care is grand and big and bubble baths and stupid shit like that. And it can be, because I love a good fucking bubble bath. And also, it's not always that big. So start small. What is the one thing?
You can also be in the bath and be fucking miserable, thinking that you're wasting time and, this is stupid and the bath bomb stinks.
Both. It can be stupid. Like,
yeah.
Like dirty water, like, ew.
JJ, rude.
I'm doing something.
Can't you see I'm working?
Imagine the dog just side eyes like,
you're always fucking working. Take me for a walk. Later.
Oh my god. Oh, for real.
Anyhow, yes, the recognition of it. And like, cliches are cliches for a reason. Like, maybe we can talk about some really solid cliches. Gratitude.
Period.
Like, what a powerful practice. Actually, cliches annoy me because they're so cliche.
Good. They're so good.
They're so good that they're so obvious that I'm not going to do it.
Right.
Like, can you believe that? That's what happened.
For a reason, because they work.
Right. They're cliches for a reason. The audacity.
He agrees. He disagrees. He's like, fuck cliches. Fuck what you're saying. Walk me.
Fuck you. Fuck the people outside.
Fuck that leaf too, because
fuck them all.
What are you barking at?
No one's even out there.
Of course not.
Anyway, the ease at which they work too, and the effectiveness. This is what makes them a cliche. But now that they're so mainstream and so cliche, it's like people want to skip over it because they want something a little bit more niche. They want something a little bit more special than just gratitude. You want me to practice gratitude? I roll. It's like, well, have you ever practiced gratitude?
Right.
That shit works.
Well, also, even if you did, what was the outcome then? Because it probably wasn't a bad thing.
Right.
Like, did you hate yourself into gratitude? Like, come on.
Yeah. But I think, and especially with all of this advice being so mainstream and so accessible, it is just glazed over. And then if no one is putting it into practice, then we're not getting the feedback and we're not gleaning the experience of it anyhow.
This is
it's so obvious that we already know. So what else? What's next?
Well, also, this is bringing me to a point that I think we've made before, and if not, it feels so obvious. Is that
we'll find where it is, and we're gonna put a card here and like
we're gonna be so good at this at the end of the day. We always make things harder than they have to be. It can't be a fucking simple solution. Simple is too simple.
Yeah.
Right? It has to be this 10-step program with this and that and the third, rather than one thing. We
Yeah.
want it to be this multi-process thing because we're just like on to the next one, on to the next one, on to the next one as well, rather than sitting with that one thing and using it until it's fucking exhausted and seeing the results of that. Pick one thing. There's such an abundance of tools out there, and what might work for me might not work for you, but all you have to do is pick one. You don't need a fucking list after a whole fucking toolbox that you're never going to open anyways.
And I think this is such an interesting thing. Like, as you know, we obviously coach, we obviously teach and train other coaches. Like, this is by the way, listeners, this is what we do for a living. In the early years, it felt like, okay, as your coach, here's your homework. Like listing the things, right? Because you think that more is better and this is what's going to be effective, and the client is going to do all these wonderful things, and that makes you a wonderful coach because they've done the wonderful things, and just like on and on, right?
Right.
Which effectively makes it about me as the coach and not the client.
Rather than them. Right.
Yeah. So, you know, experience is everything. You learn and you go gratitude. Like straight up, that becomes, well, you know what it is lately is embodiment. It always goes back to embodiment.
Right.
I've
Always.
literally had hours-long conversations with people, and by the end of it, the only takeaway or homework is for them to just
embody that
shit. You notice that you're irritated, be irritated.
Yes. God, I can't describe how many times I've had this specific conversation with multiple clients, actually, not the same person, but over a multitude of people. I'm feeling like, especially this one, of feeling like you need to no longer be uncomfortable or have hard feelings in order to do or get out of the mess. It's like, sit in that shit. Stop shying it away and pretending like it's not there and getting absolutely no there. Maybe if you just let yourself be tired, you'll stop being tired eventually.
Yeah. Right? And you'll do something about it. And this kind of ties into the entire beginning of this conversation, where it's like, what are you willing to sacrifice, or what are you willing to do in the name of growth and health? It better be uncomfortable. It better fucking be. Because if it's not, then what are you even doing?
Right.
This is how we grow as human. We're not going to grow in ease. I also had this conversation with a couple women yesterday. We had this really beautiful play date. The kids were in a pool, they were swimming, and these two women are amazing. And we ended up talking about shame. As you know, because I can't go anywhere without just going right into it. And anyhow, I said, I'm like, I am a shame. Like, I am a promoter of shame.
Power to shame.
Power, all the power to shame. Shame is a powerful motivator. When I feel shame, it's because I fucked up. Yeah. If I'm feeling shame, it's because I fucked up and I better do better.
Yes.
So that shame better be there and I better feel it wholly.
Yeah.
My goal is to never not feel shame again.
Right.
My goal is to feel it so I know that I fucked up. Yeah. What are we trying to do? Get rid of shame?
Right.
We're trying to heal from shame? What? It is the most powerful message. You know, if you can sit there and recognize that what you did is actually like, okay, obviously there's nuances. We're going to come in. It's like people feel shameful for every single action that they've ever made in their lives. Shame. That's a different story, you know, like we're going to unravel and slowly come to terms with what is the shame. Is the shame actually? If
you give space for shame in its respective place, it won't leak into other areas that don't fucking require actual shame.
The respective place.
Yeah. So then it's showing up everywhere instead. You're not giving it the room. It's going to make the fucking room anyways.
It's going to be yelling in your face until you listen to it. Yeah.
There was an episode,
because there's certain behaviors that I'm sure evoke shame in people that don't condone shame. But because the shame is not being heard and looked at and responded to, then yeah, you're right. It's just going to be what overlaps because it's the heaviest and it's the hardest.
Yeah.
You know, but at this point in my life and the healing that I've done, healing. Fuck, I hate that word.
I literally hate it too. And I was thinking about that today. Like, I fucking hate this idea because I'm not subscribed to this idea that I'm broken.
Right. What is there to heal from?
What am I healing from?
Yeah. I'm learning.
I'm growing.
I'm taking
Sure.
action.
Right.
I'm growing. I'm evolving. I'm transmuting. Healing. I actually went to our AI because let's be honest, we use AI
Yeah.
for our show notes and stuff like that. And I was like, stop. I told it, I got mad at it. I like channeled
I
you.
shamed AI.
I channeled you and I was like, stop using the terms. And then I like listed off some things and I'm just so fucking sick of reading that I change and delete and like rewrite and do all the things.
Yeah.
Therapy, healing, texting your ex. Like no one's texting who's texting their ex? I mean, maybe lots of people,
People
but
who aren't, you're just not there yet. Let's just call it what it is. You're not there. You're not in a place.
yeah, but
You're
it's
not a
like trying
place
to
you
make
want
these
to
like
be.
funny things. I'm like, I'm not finding this fucking funny. This is stupid. I'm like, stop doing this. Stop using the word therapy. First of all, we're not therapists.
We're literally nowhere close to therapists.
Yeah.
Although we're very close to therapists. It's not remotely the same. It's
Not
truly
remotely the
not.
same.
I
Yeah.
was talking to my AI too, where I was like, care. I don't even care what the root. I don't want to go into the root cause of a goddamn thing. It doesn't fucking matter. Your story doesn't fucking matter. The reason why doesn't fucking matter. All that matters is, do you want to change?
Yes. That part.
Question mark.
Do
That
you
is
want to
all.
feel this way anymore? Do you still want to feel this way? Yes or no? Then do something. Like pull out your tool. Like there's a million fucking tools. And if one of the tools is understanding why you feel this way, great. Then
The
understand
therapy
it
is for
and
you.
then you're done.
Right,
This
right, right,
doesn't
right.
need to be, once you've understood it, it doesn't need to be revisited.
Right.
It doesn't need to be, maybe I need to understand it deeper. No, you don't.
Well,
Stop
that is
fucking
the
bringing
difference
it up. How
between
about?
intellectualizing and embodiment.
Yeah.
We've done one phase with our brain and we have yet to move to the body, to the heart, to these other spaces that also exist that give us feedback and
Right. Because here's the question. Does the
decision
brain tell the
skills.
body what to do, or does the body tell the brain what to do?
It's chicken and egg. We don't, what
We
is
don't
the
know.
answer? Right. So they have to be looked at together. You
Together.
can't be one or the other, in my
Yeah.
opinion. Like, I can't just also, for me, just embody. There has to be a level to my brain activity as well.
Oh,
I know that for myself.
clearly. Otherwise, we wouldn't have a podcast.
Otherwise, I wouldn't record myself actually having conversations with myself. Like, I do this all the time.
Yeah. Anyway, how much are we willing to suffer? Sacrifice? Suffer? I guess those
Oh,
can be similar.
yeah.
Both.
Yeah.
And knowing too, if you're someone that's listening and is just feeling like this is too much to listen to, like I'm feeling stuck, like I'm stuck because how can I possibly make a decision when every decision I make is a major sacrifice?
Yeah.
Major, like, right? Especially when maybe it's family stuff, relationships, whatever. You're not ready to make the decision. You don't have enough information. We were talking about what you do for joy, right? To bring joy. The simple things, the cliches, the gratitude, the
Yep.
that, the this. Yeah, I get your cup's empty. If you're in that place, you're depleted.
Yep.
So what else is going to fill it? I mean, obviously
Well,
gratitude, we talked about
yeah.
that.
I want to make
Exercise, like these are the very obvious things. Like go
yeah.
Google it. It's not hard, but
No, not at all. But I want to even take a step back from that because I think even the idea for many filling up our cup might also be super far. And so in those
maybe it's
states,
putting the pieces of the cup back together because the cup
yes,
has been smashed.
correct. And what does that equate to? And I always go back to this is like a paramount pillar for me is safety.
Mm-hmm.
Feeling safe with yourself, feeling safe in your body, feeling safe in your decisions so that you can trust yourself. People don't trust themselves enough to
really
decide these kinds of things. And so we need to be fundamental in that. What makes you feel safe? If you haven't felt it yet, you need to figure it out.
Go figure it out. Exactly. Like dig deep. And this is, I think, the point I'm trying to make is it's not going to be easy. But nor is being this sad or stressed out or
that's also
angry.
hard. Pick your hard.
That's also hard. That living a life like that is also really fucking hard. So pick your hard, like you said, yeah. Pick it. But which path? The hard that's going to get you to the joy or the hard that's just going to remain and be familiar forever.
Right. And potentially bring you on a decline. And I this could be going really far, but I like, I don't know why this has been coming up a lot, and just, we were talking about before in our previous episode, the loneliness pandemic
Yeah.
and how that creates depression and anxiety in people. And I try to not fault folks for being in that and choosing ending their life. And maybe we'll cut this out because, like, this is very harsh, but I want people to feel so fundamentally safe in their decisions that if they really feel like that is the decision for them, that they feel okay with standing on it. Because if you're at such a place that that is the ultimate decision, and you have had the processing of that whole, the idea of it, all of it, the experience that you're in, the one that you've had, the one that you maybe aren't able to get because of the way that you feel and potentially the way that your brain is wired. Like, we don't actually know where this comes from. We're all just guessing, and we're all guessing that this is a bad thing to be, right? Depressed, suicidal. Like, I try to give everyone their sovereignty in their decisions, including that. It's a hard place.
It's a hard place. Yeah.
It's a hard place. It's the same way I feel about, I know we had this conversation before when we were talking about death, the way that I feel about murder too. I think there's a place and space for that in our experience as human beings. So if that's true for me, if I can fundamentally be okay with murder, then I also have to fundamentally be okay with somebody making that choice for themselves.
You can do this in Canada now.
Yeah, you can do it in I don't want to say a lot, you can do it in quite a few places. I know in some European countries you can do it as well. They call it assisted suicide, I believe, and you can actually go to your doctor and have consults and get you to that place, and it's many, many years of preparation and making sure that it is the right decision. And that's the point I'm also trying to make sure that the process is complete and that you feel fucking solid in that shit. Like, there's a confidence in that decision, in all of your decisions.
Yeah. When I was younger, judge me. When I was younger, I used to think, because my cousin did when he was, I want to say like 19 or 20, maybe. Like, it felt, and I was younger. Like, I didn't really know. We weren't friends. I was maybe 8 or 9 or 10 when it happened. And I just I remember feeling like, wow, because I got to then see the repercussions of the choice and everything. And I just remember being like, that is really selfish. It's like so selfish. And then that feeling, as I went into my teenage years, grew into, not only is it selfish, but it's cowardly. And then I felt like it was cowardly because what could possibly be so bad that you want to no longer be alive? And then that turned into, my life is completely different than everybody else's life. And who am I to judge what could possibly be so bad?
Yep.
And it also led to, I haven't had a life that has been that bad. I haven't. That's not a thought that I have. So
what a gift.
What a gift. Even in the suffering, the abuse, the addictions, the shit that I've been through in my life, not even close. Not have I been close. And there was a girl in elementary school that wanted to take her life. And at that age, it really, and again, like, having all these thoughts about it, especially when I was younger, I right away took full responsibility for her existence, trying to talk her out of it, trying to do things. And looking back, it's like pretty sure in grade 6, this little girl is just asking for attention and some love and is not feeling,
Right.
because she never did anything. She would cut herself, but it wasn't to the point of detriment, obviously, or even hospitalization or even anything. And then I remember cutting myself to feel what she would feel. To be like, is there something else that I'm missing? I wonder if this is a reflector thing of me now that
I
I'm
was
like,
just gonna say that.
yeah. But I remember like cutting myself to feel just like the pain of it. I'm like, is she getting something I wasn't using this language obviously at that time, but reflecting back, I'm like, is there something euphoric about it? What is the draw here? Like, I was just so curious about her experience because I didn't understand. Yeah. Holy
Yeah.
fuck. Like,
No, that's so interesting you say that too, because I had a friend, I don't know if I told you this, I probably did, but about a year and a half ago, take his own life. I was at that point, it was probably 6 months before my brother died, and he did not kill himself, but he was, to me, in my mind, killed. Like, and
right.
it was through his own fruition. I want to still give him autonomy and sovereignty in the way that he lived his life and the choices that he made that led up to that moment of he was in a car accident. So obviously there is there is responsibility there. But I also want again to give him that autonomy to having the choice to live the life that led to all of these things, right?
Right.
Similarly so with this friend, at that point when that happened, I became obsessed with finding the verge that he was at to make that decision. I kept putting myself into that place, not to depress myself, but to truly, truly understand the point from the desire to the decision, because I have desired it many, 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 many times,
Mm.
especially as I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say that I never really attempted it in the sense that I almost, in the attempts that I had, knew that it wasn't going to work, I guess you could say. And so there was a level, I suppose, of distance and safety with that. But to actually, right, like to get there, right, to get to the place,
Right.
I wanted to know what that was like. I wanted to feel that experience so,
Like
so,
what it would take.
so badly. 1000.
Testing yourself how much you can suffer.
Yeah, the resilience.
What you're willing to ultimately sacrifice.
Yeah, exactly. That's the
The
ultimate
ultimate
sacrifice.
sacrifice.
And for so long, I too thought it was, I guess I never really thought it was cowardly, but I definitely understood this idea of selfishness. But now, especially as an adult, and I've gone through my own, even just like relationships where I had to be selfish in order to get me on the other side and to get me to a better place, I no longer see selfishness as a bad thing.
Right.
And so I can still consider it selfish, but not take it negatively,
Right.
right?
Right. Right. Because you
And so it
understand it
almost
differently.
feels brave in a sense to actually come to that decision and go through with it. Again,
Mm-hmm.
this is a very taboo way of thinking, and I know that. And
Oh no, but
I'm
you're
not saying
right.
right or wrong. I'm just coming to my own understanding of what that means for me, and the understanding, at least partially viscerally, for the folks that have been there and been in that experience and have gotten to that point. Again, I
Mm-hmm.
have been in the throes of the thoughts to the point of action, and so I get it, but also it still is so different from the folks that have made it to the other side and the folks that came back from it.
Right. It's brave either way. It's brave on either side.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I understand that.
Hmm.
It's
Hmm.
interesting.
It's,
This feels like a. I want to invite my friend to come and talk
yeah,
about her experience.
yeah, yeah. I would love that.
Yeah, so maybe that can be the next episode.
Cool.
And we'll end this one here because maybe I legitimately have nothing left to say.
Yeah, we've gone to the ends. I'd like to
The
reel
literal end.
back.
I don't know how we get to the places we get to. I guess it doesn't matter either.
Doesn't matter as long as you know what, and as long as we get there is the reality too, because I feel like people are so shy to have these conversations and think
Yeah.
about these kinds of things, and I don't want to be shy about this because it is a
No,
reality.
because
This
it's
is real life.
important.
People go through this shit all the fucking time, and if we want to sit there and pretend like it's not true, you're doing a disservice
A
more and more.
disservice. Yeah, absolutely. Right. And so let's end it with this then. You are not alone. You're never alone. As alone as you may feel, you are never fucking alone. There are so many people on this planet that are you're not special. Your suffering isn't special. Check out this episode here. In all seriousness, you know,
No,
you please, please feel deep in your soul that you are not alone because
yeah,
it's that loneliness. It's that feeling of no one is suffering as hard as me. No one will ever understand that gets you to the depths of this despair that feel like it's too much to come out of. And it's just not true. There's
Correct.
always somebody here for you. Me and Amari,
Hi, Chris.
for starters. For starters, like quite literally, if you were listening to this and you were suffering so hard, fucking DM us and we will talk to you.
That is all, right?
Not
And
on the podcast either,
no,
privately.
it's truly from a space of being what is here for you right now. It's not a judgment call. It's not a
No,
let me fix you again. Going
no,
back to I do not
never that thing.
subscribe. Like it's presence.
Presence is
That is all.
presence.
That's all that I think loneliness is looking for. Presence.
Yeah,
Somebody to be in that along with you.
yeah, yeah. That part. All right.
I'm. Did I do it?
Oh, that's it. You're good at it. We're throwing heart fingers for those of you listening.
For our listeners.
Yeah, heart rate. Is that what it's called? Whatever.
Fuck them.
Okay, bye.
Bye.